Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the MLG studios here in New York City. My name is axeltoss and I am joined by axslav. Today we're continuing our series of the Winter Exhibition. Of course, a tournament where we took the round one losers from the Winter Season Championships and we threw them all in a bracket and now we're watching it unfold.
That's right, of course, just because they were a round one loser doesn't mean they aren't insanely good at this game. If we take a look at that bracket, actually, we can see all the players in there, a lot of really good players. I mean, we had Marine King, we have Creator, we had Seed, we have, a hero from CJ Hero, that is, and Rhett, Bly, Suppy, actually, excuse me, not Rhett, but Bly and Suppy, a lot of really good players here.
Yeah, and of course, again, these are the losers from round one of that championship event, and these are some huge names. Again, if you missed any of the actual games from the actual tournament, it's all on youtube.com/official MLGSE2. Also, every match from this little lower bracket, this consolation bracket, the Winter Exhibition, as well, will be available on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/official MLGSE2 in 1080p HD. So if you missed like Marine King versus Seed, which happened last week, that was actually a phenomenal match. It went to 5 games. Definitely check that out on the YouTube channel. Of course, Huck Babe Night, Vibe State, Bly Suppy, all there, all waiting to be watched by you. Of course, that brings us to the schedule of what we have remaining of the round of 16 Monday, which is today. We have Minigun versus Creator. Sase versus Ghost User is tomorrow on Tuesday, and our other 2 matches ended up being forfeits. So Wednesday, we don't know necessarily what we're doing just yet. That's TBD, which means to be determined. And of course, Thursday, Friday, we start with the round of 8, which will be Bly versus Vibe and Marine King versus Huck. Those should be 2 phenomenal matches. I know a lot of people are going to be looking forward to Friday, which Marine King versus Huck. That's one you definitely don't want to miss. But that brings us to today's match, which is a best of 5 between these 2 guys, Minigun Chad Jones against Creator.
These guys are both amazing Protoss players. Minigun, contender for probably top 2 Protosses in North America, along there, probably right behind Huck. He doesn't have really any big major tournament results, but if you look at how he competes online, he's a very, very, very strong player. At the WSS, he knocked out EG's Idra 3-0 to qualify for the MLG tournament. Of course, he did fall in the first round, but he's back here for a second chance, and he's already proven that he's very, very good at StarCraft.
Minigun not the best luck as far as bracket draw is concerned. He faced off against Life in the Winter Championship event, and Life went on to win the whole thing. So, and now Minigun and of course the consolation bracket facing off against Creator. Creator, a guy, a phenomenal Protoss player, phenomenal Korean, had a ridiculous run at WCS, the World Championships. Ended up getting 2nd place there. And he popped into the scene after TSL 4, where he got 1st place.
One thing I think is important to know about Creator is Creator, at least, if you look at the percents there, it seems like Protoss is his weakest matchup. But if you look at his major tournament results, I mean, for example, he's been getting destroyed by Terrans lately. He got 5-1 by Pult at an IPL 5 Club event, and then, of course, he met up against Pult in the first round of Dallas, and that's why he's in this exhibition tournament, is because he got 3-0 by Pult again. So, not the best of luck for his Terrans, but against Minigun, who's a Protoss player, pretty much his greatest achievement, I would say, is probably that 2nd place in the BattleNet World Championships, and that was off the back of pretty much solely PvP matchups. He did very, very well in that matchup and in that tournament. So Minigun's going to be looking up against a Protoss who's proven to have like top couple in the world PvP.
It's definitely going to be a challenge for Minigun, but never count out Chad Jones, the man of many middle names. I know he has a lot of fans out there hoping that he can do well here. That being said, shall we go ahead and proceed into Game 1 of this best of 5?
Let's do it. Game 1, of course, is going to be Cloud Kingdom. A very interesting map to start off this series. Actually, I would say it's my favorite map overall. A lot of cool different movement plays you can do in this map because there's that high ground ridge that's very important. Several different ramps to gain access to that. And of course, there's the pass along the right and left side of the maps as well that you can really use to try to flank your opponent.
All right, here we are in the game, a best of 5 to determine who will advance to the next round of this consolation bracket and one step closer to the $1,000 first place prize, $500 second place prize. In the bottom left-hand location, we have the Red Protoss player hailing from North America on the team Root Gaming. He is Minigun. His opponent in the top right-hand location, Hailing from Korea, he is your blue Protoss player on Team Prime. He is Creator. PvP on Cloud Kingdom.
I'm really interested to see what Creator does. I haven't seen Creator play PvP in Heart of the Swarm yet.
Right.
And Creator, his name is Creator because he creates builds. That's what he's famous for. He's probably most famous for that, you know, basically creating the whole idea of getting fast upgrades in Protoss versus Terran.
Yes.
And a kind of idea that's actually been, it was very popular about a year ago in Wings of Liberty, and it started to like lose a little bit of its popularity as some other type of plays. You know, one Colossi and a Templar became a little more common. But now in Heart of the Storm, I actually feel that strategy is becoming again more popular because you can have very strong defense early with the Mothership Core. But that's all PvT. Here we have PvP. Does he have any creative, cool new builds in store for us today?
We'll see. I mean, we just literally came off of a PvP from Friday between Huck and Baby Knight. So if you guys joined us then, well, welcome back, and we'll have to see if we can observe similar strategies. Of course, Huck took the 3-0 in that matchup, a very entertaining series. Again, we're here live at 5 p.m. Eastern every single weekday, so definitely be sure to tune in.
I would highly recommend Game 3 of that series. Yes. That one was a crazy one. I was like, all right, he's going to win. No, Baby Knight's going to win. No, there's no way Baby Knight can win now. Oh, wait a minute. All of a sudden, he turns it around.
Yep.
It was like, it was awesome. I mean, yes, it was often the great turnarounds were from mistakes made. But that's often, it's like watching a great football game where like all of a sudden there's like 3 fumbles in a row and turnarounds keep coming back and forth really quickly. So it was a really, really exciting match. There was some great moves played there too. Both players had some insane micro moments where they used micro to make a situation that looked unwinnable, basically turned it around and showed that it was winnable.
Yeah, I think PvP is truly a treat, not only to watch but to play in Heart of the Swarm. Of course, I feel like the defender's advantage is so much more important, and it's that much harder to kill your opponent early. I guess this can kind of apply to all matchups versus Protoss, but in PvP especially because, you know, most of your reinforcing units, they're going to come from either Robo or Stargate, which aren't warped in. So defender's advantage is enhanced in that regard. And also the Mothership Core. If you have that Mothership Core near your natural expansion, you have the ability to time warp your choke, and also use of that Photon Overcharge spell, which of course creates your Nexus into a ridiculously powerful cannon that can shoot a very long way. So in order to really win an engagement convincingly, if it's not in the middle of the map and at your opponent's natural expansion, you have to have a pretty big advantage, which means, you know, most games will come down to, will go down to the wire, as you just said, and there's never really going to be a player who you're like, all right, they've won this no matter what, unless, again, something drastic happens.
We saw last time there was some DT play. This game looks like Creator with the fast Twilight Council, but going Blink instead of Dark Templar. Minigun going Blink as well, so Blink on Blink action. Minigun doing what we saw Huck use sometimes, which is skipping that Mothership Core to have more gas to devote into Blink and Stalkers, and then potentially a DT switch later down the road. Whereas on the other hand, Creator, of course, is getting that core as soon as he basically saturated his first base on probes.
Minigun adding in 2 additional gateways to join his existing 2, which means he's going to have 4 gateways total on the map, which is going to be plenty for reinforcement. But he is investing a lot into that, which means he's less likely to take an earlier expansion. Meanwhile, Creator is going to be one placing a pylon across the map. Minigun going to do the same thing, sending that probe to the top side of the map. Both these players' blinks are well underway, but it looks like Creator is going to be ahead by about a good 30 StarCraft seconds. And we saw that happen in Huck versus Baby Knight. And I think it was Baby Knight who was able to take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that situation, it was literally only like 10 seconds faster blink, but in those 10 seconds,
yeah,
Baby Knight killed it. It was like 5 or 6 of Huck's Stalkers and got a dramatic advantage. Minigun's moving out on the map with his Stalker Force, and that could be dangerous. We could potentially see a repeat if those Stalkers engage without blink, while Creator does have his blink. It's finished up right now. Minigun's moving out. This is such a bad spot from with no blink versus blink. He's backing away.
Oh, he's on the top of the ramp, so Creator has to be very careful. And Minigun going to turn around. Oh no, the Stalker's coming forward. There's the time warp. Creator can't retreat, but he's just going to blink away out of that time warp. And Minigun going to try to pursue his opponent. Now Creator knows exactly what's happening, but he was able to prevent those more forward pylons from getting completed, and he has pylons on his opponent's side of the map, so he could theoretically send a Zealot or 2 into his opponent's main base. There's an offensive blink from Minigun. Creator blinking at the same time, trying to get out of there, but Minigun trying to close the gap. He's being a little bit tentative here, waiting for some reinforcements, but again, Creator knows exactly what's happening.
Both players have a perfect read. Each one just going mass blink stalkers. It's going to be a blink micro mirror. No. Minigun circling around. Creator's left his base. One stalker sees what's going on. Oh. It might be taken out here, though.
There's an offensive blink from Minigun. Creator not in the best position here at the bottom of this ramp. There's a time warp going down here from Creator. Minigun going to lose his Mothership Core, trying to blink away those weakened stalkers. Both players losing their Mothership Cores. Minigun has the superior concave, and now it's just blink versus blink. Creator bringing some reinforcements from the high ground, and that's going to force Minigun to back away, but Creator up 49 to 42 in supply. Units tab is 13 stalkers to 9, so Creator definitely coming out on top in that engagement.
That great flank there from the back really gave Creator the edge here. One of the rules in PvP is whoever's closer to a pylon to reinforce with generally wins those battles, all else being equal. Creator had that pylon on the high ground in his main, warped in reinforcements there, got that beautiful flank off, was able to kill several Minigun's units, and he's not done. He's pursuing Minigun.
Oh, no.
Minigun's giving up ground. Can he escape? Oh no, one stalker's going to go down. The rest probably will get back to the main okay. Creator's hot in pursuit, man.
The Creator has so many stalkers.
Oh,
it's 17 to 11. One volley from Creator will mean the death of one stalker from Minigun. Minigun going to try to hold the high ground, but Creator might have too much. It's not like there's Immortals here. No Zealots here as well to try to tank some damage. And there's the GG from Minigun. Creator taking the game 1 victory. I feel like that was mostly a positional game, like just Creator getting the better positions. I'm trying to think, like, what made the big difference there?
It was. I mean, Creator's macro seemed slightly more on top, but the bigger advantage was, like you said, the positioning. And, you know, Minigun, he must have felt confident with the better concave, but in PvP, much more important than a concave in early game battle is how close you are to the pylon. And that extra 4 stalkers Creator warped in with so much more firepower from the back. Minigun took like 2-3 stalker losses, and once you're down by 2-3 stalkers,
and you're on your opponent's side of the map, and you kind of have to go a longer distance because he had to retreat to the third and then make the raid across. Creator could theoretically just cut him off potentially if he's trying to retreat back. So very dangerous position there for Minigun. Creator able to convert to victory in game number 1, but this is a best of 5, so Minigun still has an option to come back. Creator is going to be up 1-0 going into game number 2, which is coming up next. Don't go away.